It's time for GMA 3. Hurricane Melissa's wrath. Lashing Cuba after devastating Jamaica, the Prime Minister declaring the entire island a disaster area. The Category 5 storm causing catastrophic damage with winds of 185 miles an hour, leaving neighborhoods underwater. Now, the urgent search and rescue operations. Our Ika Jachi is there. Our wish is coming true. We have Rick Springfield here to talk about the new show All's Fair, its star-studded cast, and much more, including Elvis. And we're not the only ones excited about this. Only Murders in the Building coming back for season 6 after a shocking finale. Where they're headed next. It's time for GMA 3.
From ABC News headquarters in New York City, this is GMA 3.
Oh, one of my favorite shows, Only Murders in the Building, is coming back. Love the details. Hello, everyone. I'm Rhiannon Alley.
And I'm Janae Norman. Great to be here with Whit Johnson.
Yes,
and glad
hello.
you could join us on this Wednesday.
We got a big show coming up here. We're also excited to have Tori Johnson back with Deals and Steals to celebrate 50 years of GMA with some of your favorites, from skincare to hair care to cookware.
Ooh, and I thought every season was soup season, but apparently not everyone eats soup in the summer, but it is soup season now that it's fall. Chef David Nayfeld is here with the perfect recipe to warm us all up as that temperature keeps dropping.
Yep, looking forward to that. We do begin, though, with the path of destruction left by Hurricane Melissa after slamming into Jamaica and Cuba with catastrophic winds, rain, and flooding. It is the strongest hurricane on record to hit Jamaica, where rescue and recovery operations are just getting underway. Our Ika Jachi is on the ground. Ike, what can you tell us?
Hey, Whit, Melissa really slammed Jamaica hard, and to be honest, you can feel the tension and the anxiety in the reports. Down power lines, communities completely washed out with dirt and debris, and of course, families sheltering in place. Now, over the last several hours, Melissa has left Jamaica battered and battling to recover. Winds up to 185 miles per hour ripped through communities, damaging homes, schools, and critical infrastructure. And officials say more than 500,000 Jamaicans are without power, with downed trees and broken power lines complicated rescue and relief efforts. Now, St. Elizabeth Parish reports widespread flooding. In hospitals, they've had to face power losses and structural damage as crews essentially work to secure patients and begin urgent repairs. Now, officials are asking people to stay clear of damaged roads and to tune in for official updates. Rescue crews are prioritizing medical needs, food and water distribution, and bringing power back to communities like St. Elizabeth Parish, again, where that flooding has been so severe. But I have to say this, there is a silver lining, a hopeful note today. Real relief, rather, is on the way. The Miami Heat, in partnership with the Mickey and Madeline Arison Family Foundation and Carnival Corporation, announced a $1 million donation to support Jamaica's recovery. Now, if you're traveling or staying in Jamaica right now, it is so important to hunker down, stay in those shelters, and of course, listen to local officials. Rhiannon?
Absolutely great advice there. Thank you for that silver lining as well, Ike. We want to bring in Ginger now with more on this storm because it's not over yet. Where's it headed now?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think Ike brought up a really good point, is even after the storm is gone, which it is from Jamaica, the deaths happen often after from electrocutions, people getting out and about too soon, or sometimes that they can't get the health needs they need. So we hope that that's happening. But let's talk about where the storm has made it, because it is, you have to sit back and just be in awe of, unfortunately, the scientific landfall here. They had 185-mile-per-hour winds, which I'll tell you how remarkable it was. But now it has left Cuba, it's in the Bahamas, and it will move through tonight. So by tonight, the Bahamas will be cleared out of the surge and the rain, but up to a half foot of rain still falling. Then it'll pass north and west of Bermuda. So we've moved it a little to the northwest. That's great news for Bermuda. We'll be done with Melissa by the time we reach the weekend.
Oh, that is good news. But we know every hurricane is different. What makes this storm so unique?
Yeah, this one was unique and will go down in the record books, tying for first in both wind and pressure, which in the meteorological
like first
world,
ever?
Correct, in the Atlantic Basin, which is really hard to do. I mean, strongest landfall in Jamaica, yes, but in the Atlantic Basin, there were only Dorian and the 1935 Labor Day hurricane that had a bigger or similar, it was 185-mile-per-hour winds. Pressure matches the Labor Day, and that's it in all of records going back to 1851. So why, right? One of the big things was it was fighting shear for days, but it had plenty of warm water, 4 to 5 degrees above average, and the climate shift index now shows us that those warm temperatures were 800 times more likely because of climate change.
Wow.
Wow, and we even saw the storm sort of like re-intensify after it hit Jamaica.
Well, that's the type of thing that we're looking at, the fuel, right? And then the lack of shear. It had been fighting that for so long, and then it kind of opened up this path of least resistance, and Melissa took it.
Wow. Really remarkable to see what those storms can do. Ginger, thank you. Now to a new lawsuit against rapper Drake, who's being sued for allegedly promoting an illegal and fraudulent gambling scheme. Our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, is here with the latest. This is really interesting, Aaron.
It sure is, Janae. Drake is known, of course, for posting online about gambling with huge sums. This new lawsuit accuses the rapper of betting with house money, while others lost their own.
God's plan. God's plan.
When Drake is not making music, the rap superstar boasts on social media he's making millions through online gambling.
Gambling online is just, it's a wherever, whenever kind of thing.
A new lawsuit accuses the rapper of glamorizing online gambling while misleading fans, some of them teenagers.
Gambling on stake is on a low.
Drake has a partnership with the online casino Stake. When he posts about placing big bets, the lawsuit says it's not his money, but house money. So any reported losses are part of a marketing tactic designed to draw attention. The lawsuit was filed by a Missouri man who claims he lost money on Stake because of deceptive practices by Drake, online influencer Aiden Ross, and Stake. The platform markets itself as a social casino that does not offer actual gambling, but the lawsuit says Stake's virtual casino chips, known as gold coins, come with a bonus of Stake cash that can be redeemed for cryptocurrency, making Stake real and highly addictive gambling. Stake is all over Drake's Instagram account.
Moneyline, 600,000.
His 142 million followers can watch him wager enormous sums, creating what the lawsuit calls the Drake effect. Drake's role as Stake's unofficial mascot is quietly corrosive, the lawsuit says. He's glamorizing the platform to millions of impressionable fans, many of whom treat his wild betting habits like gospel.
The civil complaint here is for violations of Missouri gambling law and other typical civil remedies.
We reached out to Drake, to Aiden Ross, to Stake. We didn't hear back from either of the defendants named in the lawsuit. It was filed the same time Drake posted a video showing him with a $1 million balance in his Stake account.
We're really seeing the impacts of seeing videos like that on social media, an increase in betting and all of those things.
It's flourishing, for sure.
Yeah, Aaron, thank you so much. So coming up here on GMA3, big news from Selena Gomez, Martin Short, and Steve Martin. That's coming up in Pop News.
They came to you on the night of my wedding. Yeah, I made him an offer he couldn't.
We are back now with Pop News and our Will Gann.
Oh yeah, let's begin, you guys, with Only Murders in the Building. Listen, no other show is doing it like Only Murders. 5 seasons in 5 years, star-studded casts, and last night's finger-chopping finale set us up for yet another legendary season. The show has officially been renewed for season 6, and our favorite true crime podcasting trio will be solving yet another murder, but this time it'll be across the pond.
Okay.
The show is confirming that Steve Martin, Marty Short, and Selena Gomez are headed to London next season. No word yet on a premiere date or any guest stars, but slight spoiler here, so plug your ears if you want to. 3, 2, 1. Based on last night's finale, it looks like Tina Fey will feature somewhat prominently in the arc of season 6. So if you need to catch up, you can binge all 10 episodes of Only Murders in the Building on season 5 on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
You did just spoil it for me because I have not seen all of season 5 yet.
Just a slight spoiler. You said no other show is doing it like this one. 5 seasons in 5 years. That really is incredible.
With casts like that, like how did they figure Meryl Streep, Melissa McCarthy?
So good.
Yeah, they're just churning it out, and thank God they are. All right, next to the 40th annual Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony, which just got even more star-studded. The guest list is shaping up to be a real who's who of the music industry and beyond. Brand new names announced today for the ceremony include Avril Lavigne, Chappell Roan, Donald Glover, Jim Carrey, yes, Mick Fleetwood, and the Killers. In total, there will be 37 big names paying tribute to this year's inductees, which include Bad Company, Chubby Checker, Cyndi Lauper, Outkast, and Salt and Peppa, among other legends. The Rock Hall's 40th annual induction ceremony takes place in downtown LA on November 8th, and it will air live and on Disney Plus at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 Pacific. And a primetime special featuring exclusive performances and big moments will air right here on ABC January 1st, 2026, and be available the next day on Hulu.
Janae's a big Ace Ventura fan. People didn't know.
Absolutely.
It's the man, like everything Jim Carrey. He's a legend.
I'm glad you circled back to that because I've said a lot of stuff on this couch, and I've never gotten a reaction like that from Janae.
Love Jim Carrey.
Amazing. Well, now you know where to watch him. All right. Finally, how do you make the so-called happiest person on the internet even happier? You give him the world's cutest cat. Peter Meyerhofer has racked up more than 2 million followers sharing his adventures hiking through the Austrian Alps and his undefeatable optimism. But he recently adopted a cat. So in honor of National Cat Day, which is today, everyone, I spoke with Peter about his furry friend, Eddie. Take a look.
Eddie is like the cutest fluffy ball I have ever seen, and he just came into my life and changed my life completely. Now with Eddie, I know that the journey is much more important than the goal on the end. And we are taking breaks, and he's smelling on leaves and flowers, and he just shows me that sometimes it's more important to slow back and take the moment and enjoy the moment.
Wow. So Peter's social media fans, myself included, are begging for a Disney movie to be made about Peter and Eddie. But until then, you can check out our full conversation on ABC News Live later this week. And happy National Cat Day to Peter, Eddie, and all our feline friends out there.
Is there anyone more wholesome than Peter?
Absolutely
and also, I saw
not.
you fixing your hair while we were watching.
Well, he has perfect hair, so I was like, okay, let's get this together. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Coming up, Tori Johnson is helping us celebrate 50 years of GMA with some of your favorite deals and steals, up to 71% off.
We are back now with Deals and Steals as we celebrate 50 years of GMA, and Tori Johnson is bringing some of your favorite deals and steals from over the years. So that means viewers are already invested in these things.
They are, as is Rhiannon.
This is one of my favorites.
She's already celebrating Elemis. So we've got a big variety of fan favorites on this skincare. These resurfacing pads are a winner. Whit, I know you're interested in this.
Yes, you got to resurface and keep it fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
Get into the dermis.
Take your makeup off with this one.
You use makeup off with that.
Yes, it's great.
Wait, I don't wear makeup.
Their Pro Collagen Marine Cream with SPF sells one every 13 seconds worldwide.
Okay.
So it's great for moisturizing as well as sun protection. But honestly, I don't even have to say anything about this. I just say Elemis, 50% off and free shipping, and you guys know what to do.
Boom.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so to go with the great skin, got a little great hair from Chi. We've got a variety of options. This one right here for that effortless curl, that's a spinning curl. 30,000+ positive reviews on that.
Wow.
Then if you want straight, smooth, silky hair, this blowout brush is great because it comes with a variety of attachments. So that's a really good one. Plus we have all of their best-selling viral hair care as well, not just the tools, and it's all half price.
You want to spin and curl your hair?
Of course, I already did this morning. How do you think this Lego hair came into play?
So good.
Snap.
Geometry, one of our favorites for tea towels, kitchen towels, dishcloths. These are fabulous because it's that great waffle weave construction, great alternative to paper towels.
This must clean the whole mess.
It really does clean the whole mess. It dries very quickly, and the patterns are fabulous.
Cute,
you can't beat the patterns. Like, they look so much
Happy
prettier than paper
holidays.
towels
Here we
too.
go.
There
Getting
you
in the
go.
spirit.
All 50% off.
Okay.
It's not too soon. It might be too soon for the music, but
Never
not too soon to
soon.
prepare. All right, any day cookware. So the fabulous thing about this is in this one piece, you can prepare the food, microwave the food, serve the food, store the food.
Yeah.
It does literally everything in just this one piece. Whereas oftentimes you've got to use so many, what you put in the microwave is not what you're going to put on the table. Isn't it really beautiful?
Really nice.
We've got the clear, the frosted, the black frosted. We also have what's really great, these little freezer trays.
Yeah.
You can have portion control with these. 2 tablespoons, so you could do soup. Who was telling me? Sal was telling me that his wife makes coffee cubes with these. But you can also bake mini muffins, egg bites, make peanut butter cups, so many different things
I like
with
the
these.
egg bites idea.
Right? Everything's half price from any day. Vionic.
That's
We
what
know
the kids do on
Vionic.
social media.
Yeah, there you go. I like the little drum roll here. Vionic. These are sneakers that are designed to go for the long haul. They're all about stability, comfort in every single detail. Our shoppers know and love Vionic because it's a shoe that you can trust. Feel also how lightweight that is. Oftentimes you see this and you think it's heavy and clunky. It's not. Super lightweight, 50% off, and free shipping.
Free shipping.
They
are very light.
Right?
Wow,
They are lightweight, really lightweight. Finally, I think this one might be one of the most consequential deals I've ever done.
This is a dad gift right here. I'm all about
this. This is the knockbox. Stands for next of kin. So if I had to ask you, where is the mortgage, the will, the medical directives, the bank statements, like all of that stuff, typically it's in 100 places. They give us these worksheets to be able to put everything in one place so that if you're not there, your family knows where to find everything.
Yeah, what a great
and it's
idea.
all 50%
Dad gift.
Yep, that's right.
All right, Tori, thank you so much. And we've partnered with these companies on these great products. You can get them at gmadeals.com or scan that QR code on your screen. Takes you right there. So coming up, Rick Springfield here to tell us about his new role on the star-studded new show, All's Fair. Stick around.
Welcome back to GMA3.
Welcome back to GMA3. We've got a big day tomorrow on GMA. We'll get a first look at Robin's interview with former First Lady Michelle Obama, talking about her fashion over the years, how it's evolved, and what she learned being in the public eye. It's all ahead of the release of her new book, The Look, and Robin's special Sunday at 8, 7 Central on ABC, and the next day on Hulu and Disney+.
Also tomorrow, Michael is touching down in Philadelphia ahead of the Battle of the HBCU Legends with former NFL greats turned college coaches Michael Vick going head-to-head with Deshaun Jackson as their teams battle it out on the gridiron.
Oh, that's going to be good. And we've got a very special performance. We're talking New Edition, Boys to Men, and Toni Braxton, and they're going to tell us about their tour.
Oh my gosh, still just blown away that they're all on tour together. A good day tomorrow on GMA coming up. But for now, we are joined with our friend and New York Times best-selling author, Deborah Roberts, to talk about her new book, Sisters Loved and Treasured, Stories of Unbreakable Bonds. We're so excited to talk about this because we were chatting it up about the book.
Oh my gosh, I think we've covered everything.
Yes, in the break, there's so much to look forward to. It's been about a week since the book came out. What's the reception been?
It's been beyond what I would have imagined. I thought teachers were an interesting subject because I wrote about teachers before, as you all know, but there is something about sisters. Everybody seems to want to either talk about a sister, they know somebody who has a sister, they have daughters and they're kind of concerned about their relationship as a sister. So it's been really, really exciting to explore the subject.
And you have a lot of sisters.
I got a lot of sisters, honey. We're like a singing group. You mentioned we should come on GMA3 tomorrow.
And you actually go really deep with your sisters in this book. Was there any hesitation there?
My youngest sister, Belinda, was a little nervous at first. She's 5 years younger than I am. And over the years, you know, like all sisters, we've all had our ups and downs. And she was sort of worried, like, how much tea are we spilling? What is this all about? Getting into family, you know, dynamics that might bring skeletons out in the closet? No. This is really more about exploring who we are and what made us who we are. And I thought that was so interesting.
Yeah, and we were talking about this earlier. You mentioned daughters. I have 2 daughters in middle school, so I was very intrigued about some of the conversations you had. You also spoke with your own daughters, and I just wonder, what was the most surprising thing that you learned from that conversation?
I was surprised a lot, Whit. I mean, in addition to my sisters and the fact that we talked about things that we hadn't, my 2 daughters are stepdaughters. So Courtney is the oldest, and Leela came along much later, of course, after we were married. And they had a lot of bumps when they were younger. Leela sort of resented Courtney for not always wanting to be with her because she was older, and Courtney probably resented her because of a divorce and the fact that this was a new family. They never really put that out on the table to talk about it, which I found a lot. Sisters actually went there. And so they talked about their feelings of either resentment or, you know, just dismissal one of them felt toward them. And it was therapeutic, I think, for them and for me. We were all like sniffling a little by the time it was over, which happened a lot when I interview some of these sisters.
And that's the thing, when you're talking with siblings, but especially sisters, they're able to offer different perspectives on each other's stories because they've been there along the way and share such a unique bond. What do you hope people take away from your book about the bond that sisters of all kinds share?
Well, most important, I think, is that it's not always happy-go-lucky skipping through the meadow, right? Sisters have very complicated relationships. And I think for some who may feel like I'm not as close to my sister or we don't really see eye to eye, that's all cool. It's all good. There are plenty of sisters who maybe don't necessarily get along all that well, but at the end of the day, that's somebody who shares a foundation with you, somebody who's got your back. Robin Roberts and her sisters, Sally Ann and Dorothy, are in it. They've been there in her corner during serious illness. Isabella Strahan and Sophia. I just think it's so interesting to just explore those bonds and what makes them so unique, and the fact that, you know, it's unlike any other. That's a person who knows you unlike anybody else.
And everyone's story is so different and so unique and so personal. How did interviewing all these sisters, from your own family to even others, how did it affect you?
Oh my gosh, I don't think I was prepared for how emotional it would feel to hear, first of all, the trust for these sisters. I mean, Viola Davis sat down, Shonda Rhimes talked to me. There were big names, but there were sort of average people too who talked about their trauma. A friend of mine from way back when who had survived a sexual assault and a kidnapping, she and her sister did not get along, but through this trauma, they bonded in a way that they never expected they would have. So I just felt like all these different stories, and you know, I'm the reporter. I love to get to the heart of what makes people tick. And just hearing the stories, some of them good, some of them complicated, some of them frustrated with each other, but realizing at the end of the day, there is some glue there that holds them together, and research that shows that a sister can increase your happiness in life, your confidence, your positivity. There's some good stuff in sisterhood besides borrowing a sweater.
Stealing a sweater.
Yeah, stealing a sweater, which I did a lot.
And you mentioned, despite the complexities of these relationships, you said this book is really about hope.
Hope that you can actually maybe get to a place where you can have a good relationship. There are women who have told me, like, I don't get along. Lee Woodruff, who's married to our colleague Bob Woodruff, talked about her sisters having difficulties after their father died, dealing with the estate. You know what? They decided to get together through therapy to save their relationship. So there is hope, even if you don't have a great relationship, that there is a payoff in that relationship, and you can actually possibly find something that can work.
Oh, what a beautiful story. Thank you so much, Deborah. What a beautiful book as well. Sisters Loved and Treasured by our treasure, Deborah Roberts here, is available now. Coming up, Rick Springfield is here. I listen to these stories all day.
We are back now with musician, actor, and all-around legend, Rick Springfield. You know him for hits like Jesse's Girl, his starring role in General Hospital, and now he's appearing in Ryan Murphy's latest legal drama, All's Fair. Rick, it is so great to have you on the program here.
Thank you very much.
So it's been, we were looking at this, it's been 10 years since Ricky in the Flash, starring opposite Meryl Streep. It's been almost 45 years since your debut at General Hospital.
Oh, whoa.
Now, there's a picture right there. How about this return to acting? What was it?
Well, General Hospital to now is, it's closer, General Hospital is closer to the end of World War II than it is to this point right now.
Wow.
That's
we got the whole historical timeline.
I mean, it was a long time ago.
What brought you back to acting now?
I've never really kind of went away from it. It's just, acting is a weird gig, you know. Most actors I know do something else as well, you know, unless you're like Meryl and you go from one project to the next. But there's a lot of free time, so I'm glad I'm also a musician. Fills the time appropriately. You know, I was a musician first. I started acting because I didn't have a record deal, and that was incredibly naive of me to think that I could work as an actor. But you know, I was. Sometimes being innocent of something can really be a positive thing.
And it worked out.
It worked out.
So far, yeah, it's just, you know.
It definitely worked out. You're in the new show All's Fair, which has a stellar cast. You play a rocker who's divorcing his wife, played by Jessica Simpson. What a cast. I mean, Naomi Watts, Tiana Taylor,
I know, Naomi
Watts.
Naomi Watts is amazing.
What was it like working with this whole group?
It was great. You know, it's for me, it's all about the writing. He has to start with the writing, and he's amazing. You know, I mean, he's incredible. Ryan Murphy's amazing the stuff he's written and put together. But they were great. I'm a big fan of Naomi Watts. I've loved everything she's done, and it was. But it's like when you're like working with Meryl Streep. It's like you got to get past. Oh my God, it's Meryl Streep. At some point, because you got to relate as the character, and that's always a little bit of a challenge. But it was great. Everyone was into it, and Jessica was a lot of fun to work with. There's some very steamy stuff on the episode, as you may imagine. Yeah, but it was great. It was really a lot of fun working on the show.
So even being the legend that you are, you have some of those oh my gosh moments when you're working with these actors, but it's especially with the musicians that you get starstruck, right?
I don't have many actor friends, but I have a lot of musician friends. There's something about actors that they're weird, but
we won't tell them you said that.
They're an incredibly insecure bunch, and but musicians, to me, they're more grounded people. I don't know, but my friends are, but. I'm more in awe of. I mean, Meryl was. That was like, oh my God. But musicians, like I met Elvis, I met Paul McCartney.
Yeah, what was that like, meeting Elvis?
Oh, it was all right. But no, it was pretty insane, actually. I wasn't a giant fan back then, but I'm originally from Australia. And I had to go back and forth in the early 70s because they wouldn't give me a green card. I had to keep going back to renew my visa, right? And so I get on the plane one time going back to Australia, and there's Elvis sitting in the front. And he looked so awesome. He had jet black hair. He was thin. He had this light blue suit on. His skin looked like you could lick it. And I'm sitting in the back of the bus, right? And he comes back at the end of the plane, just before the plane started to descend, signing autographs and having people take photos. And at the time, I was managed by Steve Bender, who did the Elvis special, the comeback special. And so I had something to talk to him about rather than, oh my God, hey, Elvis, So I talked to him about Steve, and he got along great with Steve because Steve and Elvis got together. I mean, the Colonel wanted it to be, the special to be a Christmas thing with fuzzy sweaters and, But Steve said he walked into the dressing room when they were about to shoot the show, and there's Elvis with his buddies sitting around playing like this, He said, I want to put that on film. And the Colonel said, no, that's not what this show's going to be about. So Steve got Elvis and said, this is what it has to be. And so they were very close towards the end. The Colonel didn't like it at all. It was pulling Elvis away from him. But so I know Elvis was honestly, he really said, yeah, I like Steve a real lot, and you could feel that it was true. It wasn't just going, hey, I like that guy. Yeah. So it was very exciting to meet him. Now in retrospect, it's like, oh my God, I met Jesus. But it's incredible, that kind of thing, to meet someone. And everybody's a fan of somebody.
Yeah.
Well, it is such a pleasure to have you here on the show.
That sounds like a sign-off.
On the new show. It is for now. Okay. You're always welcome back.
Nice talking to you guys.
All's Fair premieres November 4th with 3 episodes streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. Thank you once again. Coming up here, Chef David Nayfeld is here to warm us up with the soup recipe that you can make tonight with your kids. Let's eat.
Welcome back. We love fall because it means it's soup season, and Chef David Nayfeld from his restaurant in San Francisco is here. He's going to make us a hearty and delicious soup recipe from his new cookbook, Dad, What's for Dinner? Which is what every kid asks. And it could easily be what's for dinner at your home tonight. I'm so excited to make this soup. Let's talk about it. Tuscan sausage, kale, bean soup. And soups like this are how you get your kids to eat vegetables and other things?
Yeah, so the thing is, right, like what are we all looking for? We're looking for something that helps us with time. We're looking for something that's going to get a diversity of vegetables and protein into our kids' diet. But also, we want something that brings the family together, right? And I think soup is one of the best ways to do that because you have so many different little jobs that little hands can be doing, whether it's like with little plastic knives cutting up vegetables, picking herbs and things like that. So let's kind of get started here.
Okay,
so
this is a sausage.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to brown the sausage because that develops like a nice deep robust flavor, and like you could smell it right here on stage, right? Like everything smells so beautiful all throughout the studio, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and so you have all of that fennel and the Italian sausage. Next, we're gonna add what we call is the sofrito, right? So all of these vegetables. Go with the garlic first.
Garlic first.
So the garlic is
How much garlic?
All of it.
All of it.
All of it, my friend. We're gonna go all of it. That's right.
Garlic.
And this is also great for flavor, but also like in terms of nutrients and like during cold and flu season, that garlic and onions and stuff like that, that really helps as vitamins. So you see how it's starting to sizzle and it's becoming aromatic. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna add your onions. Go onions first. And the way it smells, that's a huge key indicator here, right?
I just got
you smell it, you're getting the wafting, right? That is telling you that it's ready for the next step, right? So use your nose, use your eyes. You don't want it to turn to brown. Now what you're doing is you're gonna add the celery and the carrots. Great, and so this is what's called now a sofrito, right? You have the vegetables that have been kind of sweating and getting really, really delicious and vibrant, right?
Yes, oh, it smells so good in here.
It does.
All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move on to the next stage here. We've got our vegetables which have been cooking down. Look at the bottom here. You've kind of created a beautiful kind of what we call a fond, right? And that's like the crust. People are scared of that.
Yeah.
You're fond of the fond. I love that. Are you a dad?
I am a dad.
Dad jokes may come from time to time.
Very good. And so the key here, right, is don't be afraid of that. All of that's going to come off of the bottom of the pan. It's going to be all flavor. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to have you take some of those tomatoes and you're going to pour them in here. Come on. Yeah, you got to get busy.
Rhiannon's getting
Right?
I'm
gonna protect
and who's the most brave out of anyone here?
Probably me.
You're gonna, okay, I need you to come in here and start. You're gonna start breaking. You're gonna start breaking these tomatoes up in there, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so start breaking the tomatoes up. And if you have kids, like you can have them even squish it in the container right there, and that's a lot of fun, right? A little bit of mess never hurt anyone, but it's really, really tactile and it's a lot of fun. Next thing, what I want you to do is I want you to take the kale and dump it in our pot here. Okay. And the kale needs to break down.
That's that bravery right there, Jeanette.
You know, I have people cheering for me at home too.
Right.
Every time I add something and everybody's like, Daddy, 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 Daddy.
And you also said that if you don't have kale, you can replace it with some other greens.
Swiss chard, spinach, collard greens, anything like that. Beans? Go ahead and throw the beans in, right? And the beans act like an additional protein source. Then what I want you to do is you're gonna add the stock.
Careful.
And do you guys see how easy this is? This is really not challenging. And there's so many fun ways to get your family involved, you know, which is why I think that this is a great holiday gift, by the way. You get it to your dads, you get it to your kids in college who are going and having roommates and stuff like that. And you want them to be cooking together, or moms or dads or anything, right? This is a great way to bring all the family together.
What's this mess rating that you have in the book?
Yeah, so the mess rating, look, before you get into it, I like people to know exactly what they're gonna get into. Listen, so all of these spices are gonna go in. We're gonna get some lemon, some lemon zest, because I don't like to waste the beautiful outside of the flavor. Then we're gonna go some herbs and chili flakes. And so the key is, right, is making sure, never forget salt. We just go like that. And then you're gonna be stirring that up. Then our soup is done. We're gonna be going into the garlic bread. So what I want you to do is first start taking this pesto and kind of lathering it on there.
Can you tell us about your restaurant in San Francisco?
Yeah, so it's Via Aurelia, right, which is a brand new Tuscan fine dining restaurant at the ground floor of the Visa building, which we are doing in partnership with the San Francisco Giants.
And my San Francisco Giants, I love
That's right. And so, you know, it's this gorgeous restaurant. It's on the waterfront. It's a modern Tuscan restaurant.
Beautiful.
You know, and so we have these tie-ins between this Tuscan soup and our beautiful new Tuscan restaurant.
Yes.
And you know, I'm a San Francisco Bay Area guy,
It is, yeah.
too.
So
This
we're
is right up my
gonna
alley.
load this up with some soup. And so a little bit about the mess rating, right? You need to know what you're getting into before you get into it, right? And so the mess rating really helps with that.
David, we're running out of time, but I put the pesto on the bread now.
And it's about to be done before you know it. So we're gonna put some cheese on it. You're gonna take that Parmigiano Reggiano and sprinkle it on.
So that's
go liberal, go liberal, big, 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 big. There you go, exactly right there. And never forget to anoint it with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and that does the trick.
It is time to eat, guys, and you can get this recipe on GoodMorningAmerica.com.
Great holiday gift as well for the family.
A great holiday gift right here. Dad, What's for Dinner is out now, and this is delicious. Thank you so much.
I hate cooking with wit. We're just giving thanks. Thanks to you. Thanks for watching.
For more news, you can always check out What You Need to Know anytime on Disney Plus. More of that. Can I have some of my
Not nearly. More news in our area. We'll see you tomorrow.